On this vote, the yeas are 56, the nays are 43. 3/5 of the senators duly chosen and sworn not having voted in the affirmative, the motion is not agreed to.
Mr. President.
Senator from Illinois.
Mr. President, some who are in the chamber, in the galleries, I'm sure are disappointed, if not heartbroken at this point. I mentioned Cesar Vargas, who is here, Gabby Pacheco, and so many others who have worked so hard for this chance, for this day. My promise to them is this: as long as I can stand behind this desk and grab this microphone and use my power as a United States Senator, I will be pushing for this DREAM Act. It is my highest priority. It is a matter of simple American justice. And I would hope that 11 Republicans who joined us last time will stop cowering in the shadows and come forward and join us in a bipartisan effort and not stop us procedurally from even debating and deliberating this critical issue. For those who are so sad today, take heart. Tomorrow is another day, and we'll be there to fight for you. And many others will join us. And don't give up your dream.
What the DREAM Act is would basically be a way for children who were brought through no fault of their own many years ago to have an opportunity to remain in what they know as their own country. You know, they were taken from places that they were born in, but as babies they were brought out. They were brought to this country, right? So where they come from technically isn't what they know as home. What they know as home is here, but legally it's not their home. So this is a way of getting them to have what they know as their home to be legally as their home.
My name is Mario. I'm 24 years old. I'm undocumented, and I found out about being undocumented when I was a senior in high school. As I was applying to college, it was the first time that I knew exactly what being undocumented meant. I came here at the age of 9. I was born in Guatemala, came here in 1998.
Every student, whether they're born here or not, should have the opportunity to go on to higher education. So, if someone came up to you and said, I'm taking away your college acceptance, I'm taking away that, your college education because you weren't born here, I think that for that to happen is something that's really shocking and sad. And I think a lot of the times throughout history, people just, go through the paces and they're like, well, it's not happening to me, so it's okay. But, when it starts happening to your friend and it starts happening to their friend, it affects a lot more people than you think. So I think, if it's something that you believe in and you're passionate about, that's something that you have to go after. And I think that, whether you're born here or not, everyone deserves to have an education and a higher education. That's what makes America wonderful.
A very good friend of mine in California is, he's a dreamer. He was brought here by his parents when he was very little, against his will, I guess. He was so young that didn't know what was happening. But he was brought here, and growing up, for the most part, everything was normal, everything was great. But then when people started driving, and then when people started, I guess, doing things and thinking about college and all these different social things that we grow up into as teenagers to adults, that's when he really started seeing the effects of his status, because he couldn't drive, which a lot of his friends were doing, which limited a lot of social interaction. He pretty much couldn't go to a decent amount of colleges, and that was because he doesn't have the correct papers and everything. So it's just really tough to see someone with so much potential and so much will to do good in our world not be able to, just because of some stupid papers that say that he's not American, even though he's been here since he was 3 years old. Now he's 17, 18 years old. I just find that to be extremely unethical and wrong.
I believe that the DREAM Act will finally enable us to have an economy that most of these immigrants, as we call them, or illegal aliens as we currently are calling them, participate in our economy in a tremendous amount, and they don't get credit for it. And for the first time, we'll be able to document that they are contributing to our economic model of capitalism as we currently see it. And I believe that it'll be a great investment in our economy. It'll keep a lot of the money here, potentially in the United States, as opposed to that is being shipped out to Latin America in copious amounts. So I'm looking forward to having all 11 million of them, or more, participate in our economy in a positive way.
When you start to question your identity, and yeah, so since then I went to UCLA, decided to go to UCLA, and I met a group of student activists there, an organization called IDEAS at UCLA, which stands for Improving Dreams, Equality, Access, and Success. And it was through that organization that I really started to define my own identity and started to embrace my identity as an undocumented student.
So, Mario, 24 years old, graduated from UCLA, right? And he's not married, has no children, mother and father are not citizens or lawful permanent residents. What could he do with the law as it exists now to get a green card, to become legal in the United States? Technically nothing. There is no law as it exists for a person in that situation that can give him a green card legal status, or eventually then citizenship. The DREAM Act would basically be the only path forward for him.
What I believe that the message has to be for us moving forward is that we need to be tolerant of every individual, every human race, every interaction that we have is so important. And the DREAM Act is just one of those vital, important pieces of legislation that will allow all of us to work together in a more positive way and to make America what it's supposed to be, which is a country of opportunity, a country of tolerance, and a country where we can move the human species forward like we never have before. So I would urge you to do the same in all of your interactions and think of us as a human race and not defined by what we wear, how we speak, and where we may come from. Deuces.
We need your help to spread the word so that we can get the DREAM Act legalized and get these kids on the right path and finally give them that opportunity that they've deserved for so long, deserved since they first got here. They are Americans, they're just as American as you and I, and they deserve what we have. They deserve what any American wants, which is freedom, the ability to be a kid, not be in fear half of their lives. It's got to happen at one point or another.
There are kids who would possibly be DREAM Act applicants that you may not even know. They could be sitting right next to you right now. For all intents and purposes, they are American as you are. They don't know anything else. They've grown up here just like you. But they don't have the same legal rights or status by a mere whim of fact because their parents brought them here before they even knew it. So if there is something that you could do to help out your friends, to help out friends of your family, someone that you may know, write to your congressman, write to your senator, put a petition in with the White House. Make sure that they hear your voice, because if they don't hear from you, they don't know that it's an issue that is on people's minds and that is important. Your silence basically means that you agree with it. If you want something to change, you have to speak up and change it.